students, in this video we are going to learn two principles of counting. So the first fundamental principle of counting is addition principle. So let's see what is addition principle. Uh, if one thing can be done in m ways and another thing can be done in n ways, then the number of ways of doing either of the things is m plus n. So when we say the principle, it appears to be very difficult, but let's see what the principle says. For example, consider a class of say 50 students, and from those 50 students, 30 boys and 20 girls. Okay, so the class consists of total 50 students. So those 50 students, they consist of 30 boys and 20 girls. Now if a class teacher wants to select a monitor from this 50 students and everybody has equal chance to be selected, then the total number of ways of selecting a monitor is 50, because we have 50 students and everyone has a chance to be selected. Now if I say that if a class teacher wants to select a boy, then the number of ways of selecting a boy is 30, as we have 30 boys, and number of ways of selecting a girl is 20. So as we have 20 girls, so any one of them can be selected. So total number of ways of selecting a girl is 20. So a monitor can be selected from these 30 boys or can be selected from 20 girls. So a boy can be selected in 30 ways and a girl can be selected in 20 ways. So the number of ways of selecting either of them is 50. Okay. So whenever we have this or word, then we have to add it. So that is the principle. Okay. So either of the things, a boy can be selected in 30 ways. If one thing can be done in m ways, so that is 30 ways. And another thing can be done in n ways. A girl can be selected in 20 ways. So number of ways of doing either of the things, a boy can be selected or a girl can be selected. That is m plus n. So that is 30 plus 20. So whenever the question has this word or, we have to add. So that is the addition principle. The next one is multiplication principle. The multiplication principle says that if one thing can be done in m ways and after doing it another thing can be done in n ways, then the number of ways of doing both the things in that order is mn. So let's consider one example. For example, if a person wants to travel from Pune to Mumbai, and he can travel by train or by bus or by aeroplane or by taxi. Okay, so from Pune to Mumbai, so the available mode of transports are train, bus, aeroplane and taxi. While coming back, if the available mode of transports are bus, aeroplane and taxi, then he can go by train and come by bus, or train and while coming back he can use aeroplane, train and while coming back he can use taxi. Okay, so I have fixed this first one and varied the second one. Similarly, the second one will be BB, BA, BT. That means what? He goes by bus and comes back by aeroplane, and then BT. So here this B is fixed. If we fix this A, we have AB, then AA and AT. Okay. And fixing the first one as T, we have TB, TA and TT. So in all, we have this 3 multiplied by 4. So in all, we have 12 ways of going and coming back. Okay. So here, so while going from Pune to Mumbai, the available mode of transports are 4 in number. While coming back, the available mode of transports are 3. So 4 into 3 is 12. See, the first thing can be done in 4 ways. Means what? The first thing is what? It is going from Pune to Mumbai. It can be done in 4 ways. And while coming back, it can be done in 3 ways. So the total number of ways of doing both the things in that order means what? Going from Pune to Mumbai and coming back from Mumbai to Pune. That can be done in m into n. So whenever we have to do both the things, means first thing and the second thing. So whenever it is and, we have to multiply. So this is the fundamental principle of counting. So whenever it is or, then we have to add it. And whenever it is and, we have to multiply. Because every time we cannot write all the possibilities like this. So we are interested only the number of ways, that is the counting. So if we want to do both the things in that order, then we have to multiply those two numbers. So that is the fundamental principle of counting, multiplication principle. Now let's solve some questions based on this fundamental principle of counting. So the first question is, given 5 flags of different colors, how many different signals can be generated if a signal requires the use of 2 flags, one below the other? Okay, so we have given say 5 flags. So I have drawn 5 flags of different colors: black, red, pink, purple and blue. So this signal requires 2 flags. So we have to place 2 flags, one below the other. So either we can place a red flag here, say right like this, a red flag, and here a purple flag. So this is one of the signals. See now, this first signal or first flag can be selected in 5 ways, as we have all the 5 flags available here. So this can be done in 5 ways. So for first flag we have 5 choices. Okay, so any of this flag can be selected and can be put here. Now for the second one, for this second one flag is selected. So say this pink flag is selected. So we have put that flag here. So we have only 4 flags remaining for the second place. So as we are selecting one flag here, so the number of ways of flags available for the second place are 4. So this place can be filled in 4 ways. So first flag can be selected in 5 ways. After selecting it, second flag can be selected in 4 ways. But we have to select both. Both means and. So the total number of ways is, we have to, whenever it is and, we have to multiply 5 into 4. So that can be done in 20 ways. Okay. So as we have to select both, first can be done in 5 ways, second in 4 ways. So both can be done in 5 multiplied by 4. So that is 20 ways. Okay. So this is our first question. Now let's consider the second one. How many 3-digit numbers can be formed using the digits 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if repetition of digits is not allowed? That means the number such that 3, 3, 4. So 3 is repeated here. So that is not allowed. And in the second case it is allowed. So the number may be 4, 4, 4. So 4 is repeated all the time. So all the three digits are 4 like that. Or 454. So 4 is repeated twice. Such numbers are allowed in the second case. Okay, let's see the first one. First of all, we have to form a 3-digit number. So 3-digit number is formed. That means what? We have to select a digit for hundreds place, then for tens place, and for units place. Okay, so we have to fill these 3 places so that a 3-digit number can be formed. So let's see how we can do this. In the first one, repetition of digits is not allowed. The given digits are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see first of all for hundreds place. For hundreds place, 6 digits are available. So this can be filled in 6 ways. Suppose this hundreds place is filled with 4. Then we cannot use 4 again because repetition is not allowed. So the number of digits available for tens place are 5. Again one digit is used here. So the number of digits available for units place are 4. So again we have to fill all the 3 places, first place and second place and third place. So as it is and in between, the total number of ways is 6 into 5 into 4. That is 30 multiplied by 4, 120. Okay. In the second one, so you have to write like this. Hundreds place can be filled in 6 ways. Then tens place can be filled in 5 ways. And units place can be filled in 4 ways. So total number of ways is 6 into 5 into 4. That is 120 ways. So in all 120 numbers can be formed like this. In the second case, repetition of digits is allowed. Now let's fill these 3 places with the given 6 digits. So in this case, this hundreds place can be filled in 6 ways. See, I have written here 6 means I have written here number of ways. So we have 6 digits. So any digit can be placed here. So this can be done in 6 ways as 6 digits are available. Now for tens place also 6 digits are available as repetition is allowed. So if this is filled with 3, we can again use 3 here. We can again use 3 here also. So this place can be filled in 6 ways again. So total number of ways is, first one is 6, the second one is 6, and the third one is also 6. 36 into 6, that is 216 ways. See the change. As repetition is allowed, the number goes from 120 to 216. Okay. So if repetition of digits is not allowed, so we have to think on it. We have to subtract 1 from the number of digits for the second one and for the third one, like that. Okay. And as it is, we have to fill all the 3 places. We have to multiply those numbers using multiplication principle of counting. So the next question is how many 3-digit numbers, but those are even numbers now. 3-digit even numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if the digits cannot be repeated and can be repeated. So again we have to form a 3-digit number. So if 3-digit number is to be formed, that means we have to fill hundreds place, tens place and units place. So let's consider the first case. The digits are not repeated at all and the given digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see the condition. The condition here is the number should be even number. Even number means what? Units place contains even number or even digit. Let's write that. The number is even if units place has 2 or 4. Okay. So then only the number is even number. That means this units place has only two choices, can be filled in two ways. So the choice for units place is only two, either 2 or 4. Okay. So whenever we have condition for any place, we have to fill that place first. See here, the condition is on units place. So I am starting with units place. So units place can be filled in two ways, either using 2 or 4. Now the repetition is not allowed and this units place is filled now. So we have either used 2 or 4. So one digit we have to subtract from the number of digits now for the next one. As for example, say 2 is used, then we have only 4 digits left. So for tens place we have 4 digits, and again one digit is used here. So the number of digits available for hundreds place is 3. So tens place, or you can write it as 4 first here and then 3 here. Then also you get the same number. Tens place can be filled in 4 ways. As we have 5 digits and we have used 2 or 4 here, one digit is used from 5, so the remaining number of digit is 4. And for hundreds place, again one digit is used from these 4 digits, so for hundreds place we have 3 digits available. So the number of ways of filling this hundreds place using those 3 digits is 3. So total number of ways is, we have to multiply this. So this is 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3. 8 into 3, 24. Okay. Now for the second case, that is the repetition of digits is allowed. Let's see. So we have available digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want the number to be an even number. That is possible only when units place is filled with 2 or 4. That means I have written wrong here. This should be units place. Units place can be filled in two ways. But for the remaining places, we can use any of the digits. That means the number of choices available for tens place and hundreds place is 5 each. So total number of ways is 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 2. So this is 25 into 2, 50. So if a digit is repeated, then the total 3-digit numbers can be formed, 3-digit even numbers can be formed using these digits is 50. Okay. Consider this question. How many numbers are there from 100 to 1000 such that 6 is in the units place? See, we want the number to be in between 100 and 1000. That means all these are 3-digit number. Smallest 3-digit number is 100 and the largest 3-digit number is 999. So it is a 3-digit number, and what we want is, we want 6 in the units place. So the condition given is 6 should be in the units place. See here, I have written 6 in the units place, as we want that 6 in the units place. Whenever I write the number below, that means those are number of ways. And I have written 6 in that place, that means units place contains 6. Okay. See. So we have to find the total number of ways such that 6 is in the units place. Now these places, see, now the digits are not given, but these 3-digit numbers can be formed using the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay. Now here there is repetition in between. See here, we have the number like say 551. So 5 is repeated. So that is also 3-digit number between 100 and 1000. 444, 676, like that. Or 998. So 9 is repeated like that. 2, 3, 2. 2 is repeated like that. So that means the repetition is allowed here. Okay. But see here, we have 0 now. And we cannot place 0 in hundreds place. Why? Because if we place 0, then see here, we get number like this 0, then for example say 2 and 4. So this number is not a 3-digit number now, it is only 2-digit number. So 0 cannot be placed in hundreds place. That means the number of digits available for hundreds place are 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So here we can use any of the digits from these non-zero digits. So that is 9 in number. And here we can place 0. The number say 302 like that, 303 like that. So here we can use any of the digits. So this can be filled with any of the 10 digits, and that can be done in 10 ways. And this is only one way, as we want 6 to be in the units place. So the total number of ways is 9 into 10, that is 90. So from 100 to 1000 we have 90 numbers such that they have 6 in the units place. Okay, so whatever condition is given, first we have to fulfill that condition. So here we want that 6 to be in units place, so we have put that 6 in the units place, and we have considered hundreds place and tens place, and then find out the number of ways of placing the digits in hundred and tens place. So for the first one we cannot use 0, so we have only 9 non-zero digits, and for the tens place we have any of the digits available here, so that number is 10. So the total is 9 into 10, 90. This is your today's assignment. Solve these two questions based on a fundamental principle of counting. Thank you. See you in the next video.